Hi, my name is Connie Deloria. Welcome to today's video for an emotion code live demonstration. So for today, we have Robert, who is not present in the session. I'm just going to email him his results. So with emotion code, what's great about it is that we can muscle test for the individual without them being present in the actual session. So that's actually an advantage for people who have to be at work or they have an emergency, and they could always just book a session with me. And at the same time, we are releasing trapped emotions for them. So welcome. I'm just going to go ahead and share our emotion code screen. Okay. And so I'm just going to start our session with just a moment of prayer. Okay. So the topic that our client requested is to release any trapped emotions with regards to relationships and areas of business. So we're going to just muscle test first using the ring test. So this is yes and no. And so do I have Robert's permission? I'm hearing a yes. And so is there any trapped emotion that can be released now for Robert that is in with regards to his area of current relationships? I'm hearing yes. And so we're just going to determine what type of trapped emotion this is. Okay, so is the trapped emotions in relationships, is it a common emotion? So I'm hearing yes. So let's go to this chart. We're going to muscle test specifically which emotion we need to release. And so is the common trapped emotion in column A, is this an odd row? Is this A2, A4? So is the trapped emotion anger? Is it bitterness? Is it guilt? So I'm getting guilt. Okay, so if we go down here, we can also look for age of occurrence or a life event. If he was present with me, then I would ask him more questions. So I did get Robert's age. So the only thing we can kind of muscle test is the age where the guilt originated or occurred. Okay. So did guilt occur between age 1 to 23, 24 to 34, 35 to 45, 46 to 50, 51. So I'm getting age 51. So we're just going to release with 3 swipes, releasing guilt. And then I just like to swipe until I feel a release. So we just merely set our intention to release it on his behalf. And so is that released? And then that's a yes. Okay, so let's look. So for every emotion code session, we look for a maximum of 10 emotions. And it normally just lasts between 15 to 30 minutes. So it's a quick and painless way of just releasing any emotional baggage. So let's look for 9 more. So is there a trapped emotion that we can release right now for Robert that's in the area of his relationships? So is this a common emotion? Is this absorb? So I'm getting absorbed. Okay, so absorb, it just means that the actual energy or frequency of that emotion did not occur from your body, but you were around someone in a room or in a life event that experienced that emotion. And because you were there, you resonated with that frequency, and hence you absorb that specific frequency in your body. And so let's check to see what absorb emotion that is. So it's the absorb emotion in column A. This is an odd row. This is A2. So it's the absorb emotion anxiety. So I'm getting yes. Okay. Now for the absorb, we can also look for the age of occurrence, life event, or we can ask absorb from whom. So if the client was live with me, then I could ask what comes up as we look for that specific age, right? So let's check for the age of occurrence. So Did this absorb anxiety occur between age 1 to 23? I'm hearing a yes. So age 1 to 12, no. 13 to 20, 21. So age 21. Okay, so we're just going to releasing absorb anxiety. Did that release? Yes. Okay, so let's look for 8 more. So I'm just going to go faster this time. So are there any trap emotion that can be released now for Robert? That's in the area of his relationship, any trap emotions that we can release now? Is it a common emotion? So is this in column A? Is it out of row? So is this B2? So is the trap emotion failure? Do we need to know more? So I'm hearing a no, so we're just going to release that. Should I release? Yes. Okay, so moving along, is there a trapped emotion that can be released now in the area of relationship with Robert? I'm hearing another yes. So is this a common emotion? Is this absorbed? Okay, so is this in column A? This is another row. So is this B2? Okay, so let's check around B2. So is the absorbed emotion failure? Is it helplessness? Is it hopelessness? Okay, do we need to know more? So I'm hearing a no on that. So we're just releasing absorb emotion of hopelessness. Okay, was that release? Yes. So is there any more trapped emotion we can release for Robert right now with regards to his area of relationships? So is this a common emotion? Is this absorbed? So is the absorbed emotion in column A? Is this an odd row? Is this A1? Is A3? So is the absorbed emotion crying? Is it discouragement? Is it rejection? Is it sadness? Is it sorrow? Okay, so do we need to know more? Did this absorbed sorrow occur between age 1 to 23, 24 to 34, 35 to 45, 46 to 50, 51? Okay, so let's release. Release, yes. So let's look for some more. So is there a trapped emotion that can be released now for Robert with regards to his relationships? So is this a common emotion? Is this absorbed? Is this shared? Is this inherited? Okay, so is this in column A? Is this another row? Is this B2? So is the inherited emotion failure? So did he inherit it from his dad? So that's his mom. Did his mom inherit failure from her parents? So I'm hearing no. So with inherited emotions, those are emotions that were trapped in our parents. And so when you were born, it got passed to you, that energy in the womb. So as we release this from you now, we're actually releasing it from mom. Okay, so let's just release. So that's released. So let's look for 3 more. So in the area of relationship, is there a trapped emotion that can be released now for Robert? Is this common emotion? Is this absorbed? Is the absorbed emotion in column A? Is this odd row? Is this B1? Is the absorbed emotion effort unreceived? Okay, so do we need to know more? I'm hearing no, so we're just gonna release. Effort unreceived, absorb. Okay, so are there any trapped emotions that we can release right now for Robert in the area of relationships? So that's still a yes. So is the trapped emotion a common emotion? Is this absorbed? Is this shared? Is this inherited? Is this prenatal? Okay, so prenatal emotion just means that it didn't occur to you after you were born. It was passed on to you while you were in the womb. So the actual event happened while your mom was carrying you in the womb. So let's look to see what emotion that is. So is the prenatal emotion in column A, is this another row? This is A2. So is the prenatal emotion anxiety? Is it despair? Is it disgust? Is it nervousness? Okay. So as far as prenatal, we can also check the trimester and whose emotion that was. So is the prenatal nervousness, did that occur in the first trimester, second trimester? Okay, so let's just check since Robert's not here. I don't have any specific details. So I'm just going to check if it's from mom or from dad, right? So is this prenatal nervousness, was this mom's emotion? So I am getting a yes. Okay, so we're just going to release that. Okay, so that's released. So let's check for two more. And we're just gonna keep on going till we reach 10. And since it's his subconscious is focusing on releasing in the area of relationships, so even though we had two topics, we will just have to do the second topic in a different session. Okay. So is there a trapped emotion that can be released now for Robert in the area of his relationships? So that's still a yes. So is that a common emotion? So is the common emotion, so let's look up the chart. So is the common emotion in column A, is this another row? So is this B1, B3, B5? So is the common emotion conflict? Okay, so do we need to know more? So did conflict occur between age 1 to 23, 24 to 34, 35 to 45, 46 to 50, 51? So we're getting a lot of age 51s. And so let's just release that, right? So common emotion, I would normally ask the client if there was a life event since we've had at least three from the same age. So then if the client like tells me or his subconscious remembers, then that closes as well as, gives him closure. So we're just releasing the trapped emotion of conflict. Okay, so is that released? Yes. So let's look for one more emotion. We're down to our last 10th emotion. So first, let's check to see what type of emotion we're releasing. So is there a trapped emotion that can be released now for Robert that is trapped with regards to his area of relationships? Is this a common emotion? Is this absorbed? Is this shared? Is this inherited? Is this prenatal? Is this preconception? Is the preconception emotion in column A? Is this an odd row? Is this A2? So is the emotion anxiety? Okay, so we're just going to release. So with preconception, since that was before you were born, we actually are not going to ask anything else with that. So we're just going to release. Okay, was that released? Yes. Okay, so that actually concludes our Emotion Code live demo for today. So if you enjoyed watching and you need help with releasing any trapped emotion, feel free to book your first session with me below. The website is www.gloriousimagination.net. And I look forward to seeing you. And don't hesitate to comment below and subscribe to my channel. And if you also want to get free information through my monthly newsletter, feel free to just click on the link in the description box below. Okay, thank you. Have a great day. Bye bye.